You see a massive tech conference in the news, and then you see pictures from a friend's beautiful, intimate wedding. They're both events, right? But the businesses that run them are in completely different universes. So if you're studying the events industry, this explainer is basically your field guide. We're going to unpack all the key players so you can totally nail those assignments and exams.
All right, let's dive in. Here's our roadmap for today. We'll kick things off with the big picture in the world of events, then we'll zoom right in on the industry's heavyweights. From there, we'll explore the niche specialists before we meet the organizational wizards who pull it all together. And don't you worry, we're going to wrap it all up with an ultimate cheat sheet to make sure it all sticks.
Okay, first things first, let's get our bearings. It's really easy to just lump all event businesses together and think they're the same. I mean, they host events. How different can they be? Well, turns out, very different. The real secret and the thing you really need to grasp for your studies is in the small but crucial differences that define their entire business.
This right here is the core question we need to answer. Just think about it for a second. A wedding, a trade show, a global summit. You couldn't find 3 more different gatherings. So what's the secret sauce that makes the businesses behind each one tick? Let's find out. Well, the answer really boils down to these 5 things. Think of these as your decoder ring for the entire industry. By looking at event size, its main purpose, the level of formality, the facilities it offers, and the type of customer it serves, you can dissect and understand any event business out there. So let's put this toolkit to work. So, using our new toolkit, let's kick off our field guide with the absolute giants of the industry. We're talking about convention centers and exhibition halls. These are the real titans of the event world.
First up, the convention center. This is your go-to for those massive, formal business events. We're talking major international conferences, huge trade expos, and large-scale conventions. The clients here are pretty much always big corporate groups or professional organizations with serious budgets. So what lets them host these mega events? Well, it's all about the hardware. Their entire business is built on having these enormous halls for thousands of people, dozens of smaller breakout rooms for meetings, and, this is critical, all the advanced AV and technical gear to handle really complex presentations. This isn't just about having space. It's a massive investment.
And this slide really highlights the key difference between a convention center and its close cousin, the exhibition hall. An exhibition hall's main job is just to provide enormous, wide-open floor space for stands and booths. It's all about displaying products. A convention center, on the other hand, balances that big hall space with a whole ecosystem of meeting rooms and hospitality suites for presentations and networking.
Okay, let's move from the giants and zoom into the specialized spaces. Let's talk about wedding venues and corporate meeting venues. What's so fascinating here is how these businesses succeed by catering to very specific and very different needs.
A wedding venue is the perfect example of this specialization. The whole focus shifts away from corporate efficiency and onto personal celebration. The most important things become aesthetics, decor, and atmosphere. The entire business is built to create a memorable, emotional experience for private clients.
This slide really just drives the point home, doesn't it? On one hand, you have the personal, emotional focus of a wedding. On the other, the pure efficiency and professionalism of a corporate meeting. If there's one thing you should take away for an exam, it's this contrast right here: emotion versus efficiency.
So far, we've only really talked about the physical spaces, the where an event happens. Now let's pivot to the how. Let's talk about the master planners of the industry, event planning companies.
This question gets right to the heart of what we're talking about next. What if the business isn't about the bricks and mortar at all? What if it's entirely about the service?
And that brings us to the event planning company. Now, this is a totally different kind of business. It's service-based. They don't own the venue. Instead, they are masters of coordination. They're like the conductor of an orchestra, managing all the suppliers, the caterers, the decorators, the entertainers, to pull every single piece of an event together seamlessly for their client.
All right, we've met the giants, the specialists, and the planners. Now for the most important part, seeing how they all stack up against each other. Let's bring it all together in the ultimate cheat sheet.
Okay, this is the money slide. It lays out everything we've covered in one simple table. This is your study guide right here. Notice the clear progression from very large for convention centers down to small-medium for the others. And what I find so fascinating is the event planning company. See how it sizes any? It's the chameleon of the industry, because its product isn't space, it's expertise. This is exactly what you need for your coursework.
So there you have it, a clear breakdown of the key businesses in the events and conference world. You know the players, and you know what makes them tick. The final question, then, is for you to think about. Now that you understand the landscape, if you had the next big idea for an event, which of these businesses would be the right one to bring it to life?